What is it?
Genesis. I swear it's nothing to do with Phil Collins. Straight off the bat, with this one I noticed there's something it really wants you to notice. But we're going to ignore that, because Genesis is actually a MOBA which is recently released on the PS4. If you don't know what a MOBA is, it's a multiplayer online battle arena, and in this one's case it's actually a rather pleasant one. So in starting the game you enter a single player tutorial which runs through all of the basic mechanics, fight mechanics, spell casting, upgrading, etc, etc, while taking on an enemy with a AI friend to get you to feel the feel of battle. There is a single player component to this, there's a campaign to go through, but I'm actually going to focus on more of the 5-on-5 online multiplayer, which is really the bread and butter of this particular game. So after completing the tutorial you can pick your heroes, and as you can see from the roster it's a varied selection of vagabonds and miscreants and sweet little girls who don't seem to be like they should be on a battlefield. It's quite good actually. I mean, I say the character models are quite varied. I suppose there is a bit of a running theme with the female characters. Don't know if you've noticed them, but they're always quite pronounced, aren't they? This, I mean, I believe they're wholesome people. We've got a Raiden ripoff who's designed this game, so maybe it's not all spiky boobs. Maybe it is all boobs.
Maybe I should
Space boobs.
Snowstorm.
Maybe not for this one, but yeah. I am a full-grown man, and I am focusing on the boobs. Oh god, you can change the uniform. I mean, she doesn't need this animation, surely, does she?
I gotta get to the gym.
Good god. Right, anyway, focus. Right, anyway, wholesome character, please. Let's find a wholesome character, and then I can continue with what is a shambolic video. Here we go, Apollo, your starting character. So, after you pick your character, you then get to pick the variants of weapon that they have, and this is merely the cosmetic stuff at this point. But you do end up buying heroes later, and after a short tutorial mission against AI, you will jump in with 4 friends and take on the online battle. This starts off with a choice of upgrade straight away. You can pick from the 5 choices there. They all offer different buffs. There's lots of stuff at the bottom of the screen, which is all of your abilities with your triggers and stuff like that. You get things that you can buy pop up on the screen, and these are earned. The money for that is earned, sorry, by destroying the enemies in battle. And as you can see by the map in the bottom left there, it does show you your enemies' positions once your friends see them. You can always see where your mates are on the map. So after crossing the divide, the main aim of this sort of game is like the other MOBA I did in this series, Switchblade. You have to take down turrets. You can see the damage in the top left corner, as well as taking down enemy mobs so that you can get in and take out the heroes and take out the turrets, the structures, and move your way across the enemy lines further and further until you get to their base, at which point you destroy that, you win. One of the main things I noticed about this over many of the other MOBAs that I've played is that the mobs don't seem useless. They're actually quite handy. They'll target the closest target to them, they'll take out enemies, they'll take out enemy mobs, enemy turrets, and they'll also level up and become harder and stronger as you go along, as you do. So this is actually quite a handy thing, because I'll be honest, jumping in, you will be up against players that have better abilities and better powers than you, and they'll kill you. Oh, you're gonna die once or twice, my friends, because this is learning by fire. Normally you're stood in the middle of it, smouldering. But eventually, you will have moments where you and your entire team can come together. You'll have some sort of strategy, even if we weren't communicating. Like, we weren't here, there was no mics involved, but we all managed to strategize to a point where we attacked the same place, behind the enemies, and yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. I thought the team aspect of this was really strong, even if you're not communicating, like I said. So I think if you were to get a team of 5 of you all talking on mics and proper organising your attacks, you'd have a lot of fun strategizing with this. The upgrades that roll in are quite handy in a way. They're a little bit nonsensical, because unless you take the time to get out the fight and sort of peel yourself back, you don't really get a chance to read what the hell they are, so you'll kind of just go, yeah, I can afford that, I'll buy it. I don't know, I've always thought that option in a game like this is a bit weird. I prefer to buy it at the beginning of the game and naturally level it up to a level 4 extra boss gag, but you know, it is what it is.
Victory!
And after the match you're greeted with how much money you've earned, how many kills you got, what your best attribute was, and all that sort of jank. So, the game itself is obviously free to play, so there's going to be an aspect of monetization, and it's in the characters themselves, the heroes that you pick. It's not too offensive. You do get some free characters at the beginning of the game, which I thought was very generous, so you end up with 5 altogether to choose from. And in the shop you can buy everything from skins to your characters to abilities, special power-ups. I'm not sure how fair it feels to be able to do that, but I suppose you're buying power-ups on the fly to get a slight advantage. It's half an hour matches, you're not really going to feel it. Just for perspective, the most expensive character I saw was 1100 coins, that's over £10. On the flip side, you do get free sign-in gubbins for your 7-day login rewards, which isn't too offensive. And as far as the loot boxes go, the supply crates, they're on a timer, so you'll get the sort of least effective one quite often, every 24 hours I think it is, then it levels up, sort of a purple crate, blue crate, etc, etc, and they go up to about 60 hours for the longest one, but that's not too bad. So Genesis doesn't feel like a free game, it plays like something you paid for, which is actually quite satisfying, and if you're into your MOBAs, I think you'll really enjoy picking this one up on the PlayStation 4. If you've enjoyed this, why not check out other videos in this series, because you never know, there might be more boobs, you know, breasticles, lady bollocks. Goodbye.